You've heard the term, right? The Asian rat race? For so many of us, it's a phrase we feel deep in our bones. But here's a thought. What if we've been looking at the problem all wrong? In this explainer, we're going to break down what this race really is and, more importantly, lay out a practical way to actually get out of it for good.
So, let's get real for a second. Do you ever feel like you're just stuck on a treadmill? You're running faster and harder, putting in all the effort, but you're not actually getting anywhere. You're just trying to keep up, exhausted, with absolutely no finish line in sight.
And listen, if that sounds familiar, you are so not alone. That feeling is shared by millions of people all across Asia. But what if the very thing you think is trapping you isn't the real cage? Today, we're going to flip the script on what the actual problem is.
Okay, first, let's zoom out a bit and look at the big picture. Because this feeling, it isn't just in your head. It's a massive societal thing, and it has some really deep roots.
This quote just nails it, doesn't it? The wheel is powered by something we all want, a dream of a stable, secure life. But the fuel, man, the fuel is this relentless, never-ending competition just to stay in the game. It feels like it just keeps spinning faster and faster.
You know, in China, they actually have a specific word for this, neizhuan, which translates to inward curling. It started on university campuses to describe students working themselves to the bone, not to create something new, but just to get a tiny edge over the person next to them. It's the definition of a zero-sum game, and it leads straight to burnout.
And you can see the fallout from this burnout everywhere. In Korea, you have the Sampo generation, young people who feel so squeezed they're just giving up on major life goals like dating or having kids. And China, there's the lying flat movement, a quiet protest where people just do the absolute bare minimum. And now, the rat people trend, this sort of reclusive lifestyle just to survive. They're all different symptoms of the exact same disease.
All right, let's switch gears and look at the hard data. Because this feeling of being stuck isn't just a feeling, it's backed by some pretty stark economic numbers.
Just take a look at this table. It shows the absolutely massive difference in what people earn across Asia. I mean, in a hub like Singapore, the average salary is over $4,000 a month. But in places like India or Bangladesh, it's just a few hundred. That huge gap creates this intense pressure, right? It sets the stage for a crazy competitive scramble for a better life.
And this bar chart really drives it home. It's not a gentle slope, it's a cliff. When the earning potential is that different, it just cranks up the intensity of the race to climb into those higher-paying jobs and economies.
Now, what about this number, 38.5? This helps explain the pressure inside the countries themselves. It's called the Gini index for the region. Basically, it's a score of income inequality from 0 to 100. 0 means everyone has the same slice of the pie, and 100 means one person has it all. So 38.5, yeah, that tells us the pie is being split pretty unevenly.
And here's what that Gini index looks like on the ground. In some places, the top 10% of earners are taking home more than half of all the income generated. That means everyone else is left fighting over the scraps. This massive concentration of wealth is a huge, huge driver of the rat race. Okay, so we've got the cultural pressure, we've got the economic data, but now, this is where we're going to make a crucial pivot. We are going to challenge the one thing we all assume about what the rat race even is.
Seriously, just think about this for a second. We've been told over and over that the 9-to-5 job is the rat race. That's the trap. But what if it's not? What if the job is just a symptom of a much, much deeper problem?
This is the key. The common belief is that the job itself is the rat race. But the financial reality, the real rat race, is living on the financial edge. It's being one emergency, one unexpected bill, away from total disaster. The job becomes this thing you have to do, not a thing you choose to do, because you're constantly running just to stay afloat. And this applies to everyone. Even people earning 6 figures can be trapped in this race if they're spending every penny they make. This quote from Fight Club just says it all perfectly. When our lifestyle, our debts, our subscriptions, our stuff demands a constant flow of cash, we're not free. The job isn't the prison. The lifestyle that the job pays for becomes the prison. You have to keep running on that wheel, not for yourself, but to feed the very things that you own. So if the trap is financial, well, guess what? The escape has to be financial too, and that requires a totally new way of looking at money, a new lens, if you will. Let's start right here. Forget everything you've been told about money, being good or evil. It's neither. Money is just a neutral tool,
That's it. Think of it as a stand-in for value. It's a technology we use to exchange the value we create for the value we need. Seeing it this way takes all the emotion out of it.
So think of your financial life like a simple equation. On one side, you have production. This is how value and therefore money comes into your life. It's the value you create with your job, your business, your side hustle, your investments. This is your income.
And on the other side of the equation, you have consumption. This is how value or money leaves your life. It's what you spend on rent, food, entertainment, debt payments, your lifestyle. And here's the kicker. For most people, the rat race isn't a production problem. It's a consumption problem.
Okay, so now that we have this new lens, let's get practical. Let's build an actual escape plan. It's a simple, 3-step playbook that is designed to put you back in the driver's seat. Step 1 is awareness. Simple. You can't fix a leak if you don't know where it is, so track every single dollar for a month. Step 2 is control. Once you know where your money's going, you get to tell it where to go next, with a budget. The whole goal here is just to live below your means. And then step 3 is growth. Once your consumption is under control, then you can focus your energy on increasing your production, finding new ways to create more value.
But a little heads up, your own brain is probably going to try and sabotage you. Watch out for the ostrich effect. That's when you're too scared to even look at your bank account. Then there's hyperbolic discounting, which is just a fancy way of saying your brain prefers the small reward of a coffee today over the huge reward of a secure retirement later. And of course, the big one, keeping up with the Joneses. That social pressure to spend, it's a killer. Just being aware of these mental traps is half the battle.
So really, it all comes down to this one question. The point isn't just to get off the hamster wheel. The point is to use the freedom you create to build a life that actually means something to you. So ask yourself, are you just trying to run harder and spin the wheel faster, or are you using your time and energy to build a life you truly want to live?
Hey, if this explanation clicked for you, do me a favor and share it with someone you know who's feeling stuck. It might just be the one conversation they need to start finding their own way out of the race. And for more explainers on building a life with intention, make sure you follow our channel.